Welcome back to BVarsity Live. At this point, I think we're going to wait on Cody, and we may try to put something up live later, but otherwise we'll tape it and obviously get it up as soon as possible on Bakersfield.com. But we're visiting with Donnie Kessler, Cody's dad, and talking about how special last Friday night was, and just sort of this whole experience with Cody has been from Centennial to USC to now the Cleveland Browns. I think there was one point where I heard a rumor, he's going to have to go to BC. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. Cody, and he will tell you this, just sort of has ignored that, kept his head down, kept working, and like you said earlier, you can't control certain things, and you can only control how hard you work and how well you play.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know who started that rumor, but and I can assure you, he never one time was talking about coming to BC. Not because he doesn't think BC.
And I don't mean to spread rumors. I'm just as a
it was somebody had started because he had thought about leaving. SC. Somebody said he was out. Somebody even put down there on a deal that Cody's leaving as soon as I think Kiffin got the boot or whatever. They named Whittick the back, some of that effect. And I'm not sure who it was. And then the BC thing came, and I don't know who started that. And I think Jeff Evans called me or something. I said, Jeff, I don't know where it started, but he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's going to compete for that spot. He's not going to run. Never has, never will, and he's going to compete for it and do the best he can. That's
certainly worked out. Yeah.
Absolutely,
hard work pays off. You are the trainer at Centennial now, and I know the coaching staffs are different, and Nixon's there.
Yeah.
You talk about the Bakersfield community. Does Centennial still feel special to you because it's the place where so much of this started? Oh,
absolutely, without a doubt. I mean, Chad, our youngest son's there. So, I mean, I'll be there for another 9 or 10 years. That is where Cody, got his start, if you will. He could have went to Frontier. My wife's a teacher over there at Frontier. He could have went over there, but he wanted to be at Centennial. Nothing against Frontier. He just had all his buddies were going there,
right.
And he played Jack Frost there, and it wasn't that kind of choice. But no, I love the school. I mean, I everything about it is kind of I wish I'd have been working there at some point when Cody was there. Would have been kind of cool. But now I have the pleasure to be there with my youngest son, and everybody there. We grew up with Cody, and they were there. Nixon was there when Cody was younger, and what a great fit they were, being a quarterback in college, and just the whole staff, and we're to this day, one of our closest friends is Brian. I don't care where he coaches. He came over, his whole family came over and sat with us, and that's just the kind of feeling we have. And Chad, those guys all text me and said, great job, congratulations, and it's been great. I love it over there, absolutely.
I read a story. It was written. I can't even remember who wrote it. It was some blog or media outlet out of Cleveland. Cody mentioned a story he had on his wall when he first started playing basketball, and that he couldn't maybe do both. It was questioning whether he could do both. And I'm sitting here racking my brain. Did I write that story? And
no.
I don't know if you know what he was talking about.
No. What it was, I think it was his sophomore year. Somebody wrote a story when he came up to varsity his sophomore year. Ken, Cody, Kessler, I don't know, was something. I don't know who wrote it. I can't remember who wrote it.
It may have been me. I don't remember writing that.
We write enough that we kind of forget what we've written.
Yeah, but it wasn't a knock. It was, hey, this kid's a freshman playing JV, and now he's a sophomore playing, varsity. Will he be able to step into that role? That's all it was. It wasn't like, hey, I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. It wasn't anything like that.
Right.
I think we ended up going 3-10 that year. We battled, and then it was a good year for him, but it wasn't a great year. Then we kept battling, and it wasn't a knock, but I know he put it up there, and he's done that over the years. He's done that over the years where people have said, can he do this or can't do that, and things like that. But
any doubting or questioning.
Yeah, and then pretty soon he just quit reading everything. He doesn't, like I said, we didn't even hardly watch the first round. He didn't want to watch it. He knew he wasn't going, but at the same time, he still could have sat there and said, oh, okay, this guy's going to wherever, and this and that. And then, but like I said, those are just type of things that was a little motivation for him, putting it up there. And that's all it was. It wasn't a knock. He wasn't mad.
Right.
It was just one of those things that, hey, I'm going to read that. And, I'm going to go up there and play the best I can.
And I don't know, it might have been me. If so, I'll gladly take credit for part of his. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But seriously, it's
way to go with the bulletin board material, my friend.
It is
Right.
it is
Archive
remarkable.
it.
And shoot, when you become a quarterback in LA, you don't read anything because you certainly can't read everything.
Oh, Lord, no. Oh, heavens, no. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if he would have read everything that was on, everything that was written about him that he doesn't even know about.
He never would have went to class because it would have taken him all day to read.
Yeah, exactly.
See, and that's the thing as we go back to that. Here he was, quarterback in LA at USC at the Coliseum, and Cody could have easily become Hollywood if he wanted to. He could have been the next whomever that you want to throw on the lines before him that took on that persona and lived it. But Cody never did that, Donnie. Does that come from, the lifestyle that you guys instilled in him at a young age?
I think so. I mean, like I said, he's a hometown kid, and that's not BS. That's what he truly is. He wears cowboy boots out there when he went out. I mean, those are the type of things. He did get a little Hollywood, okay? But you don't have a choice. Being the quarterback, you're a starter, you're going to have to be a little bit of Hollywood out there. You have to. I mean, you just don't have a choice. But did he dress up in suits and all that? No. He dressed up in a flannel, Levi's, and boots. That's the way he is.
Same thing that I see him when I know we ran into him at the Maya Theater one time, and there was just Cody just buying a ticket as we were walking out, and he was like, "Hey man, how are you?" He's like, "Oh, hi, Trev." And it's easy, and that's the way. I think that's what really is going to kind of set him apart is that he doesn't have that persona. He doesn't sit there and try to be anything more than he is, and I think that's a testament to the two of you.
Well, thank you, and I do appreciate it. We were both coaches. I coached for a long time over at North and started over there in about 89 or 90 on the freshman level and just coached all the way up through with those coaches. And Christy also coached over there volleyball and basketball. And one of those things, one of the things we always instilled in Cody, and we're doing it to our youngest son right now, is at any given time, that thing can be taken away from you. Yep. At any point, something can be taken away, whether it be an accident, whether you decide you're not going to play, or things can be taken away. And, there's a couple things that we live by, and I live by, and I tell my sons this all the time. And, I wish I would like to see more people do it. But I told him there's two things you can never change, and you'll never be able to change are the words out of your mouth and the bullet out of a gun. You can say something and then try and rescind it, but it will always, always be with you. When you walk out that door, you represent Cody Kessler, Dawn Kessler, Christy Kessler, Grandma, Grandpa, aunts, uncles, brothers, and sisters. You have to know that you just don't represent yourself. And I've always told him that. At one point, he said, "Well, Daddy, that's a lot of pressure." I said, "No, it's not a lot of pressure. It's fact. So when you get into something, know that you don't want to be on that ticker. You don't want to be on the paper. You don't want to have those problems that are already, could compound even a tougher situation." So I said, "You live by those words. Think before you say something, because know it will always come back to bite you. Nobody ever forgets."
Amen to that,
ever.
Especially in his position. And now he doesn't just represent Donnie and Christy and Dylan and Grandma. It's Bakersfield, I think, and USC and all those sort of things because because of how big it's gotten.
Exactly. No,
and
you're right.
And Derek Carr's the same way, and I think they're both
Absolutely.
absolutely great role models. Ryan Matthews.
100%.
You talk about these guys who have really done a good job at that stage for Bakersfield. You could throw in Kevin Harvick and Colby Lewis and those guys
coming back
as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they all seem to come back and gravitate towards home.
Yeah, at some point, Cody, I know will want to give back, but that it at some point, he, like I said, he will want to give back, but that's almost that second contract. You got to watch kind of what you're doing.
Absolutely.
But I love the fact that Kevin and Dave and Derek at some point are always gracious, and everybody else, whoever gets asked. It's a small hometown. I think somebody made a comparison to us in Cleveland. It's not too much different population-wise. I don't think. Somebody wrote that somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I think I read the same thing. Maybe the metro area is bigger, but the actual city itself is not.
City,
is
right,
about
exactly.
The same.
So, for sure. Yeah.
Anyway, Donnie, we appreciate you joining us and
My pleasure,
everything you've
for
done over the years, you and your family, and definitely consider you friends of BVarsity.
Yep.
We're gonna sign off for now, and when Cody comes through, I'll alert you via social media. Trevor will too.
Yep.
Trevor's got to run to a track meet, but we will get Cody here in the studio later this afternoon before he heads out to rookie camp next week with the Browns.
Can I say one thing?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Hey, I just want to say, to every guy who's ever covered Cody, everybody in Bakersfield, every reporter has always talked about what the story is. And there was two guys down in L.A. who always spoke the truth. Everybody else would want to write some kind of controversial thing. They spoke what they saw, and that's what really appreciates my family about what you guys do. You don't bug. You write what you see, good or bad. It is what it is, and Bakersfield supports every athlete. You can't go wrong that way, and you guys do a great job, and I've told you guys that before. I haven't known Trevor as long as I have known you, but, you know, you guys have done just an awesome job with everybody in this town, and I think we just can't be more happy with everything that's going on.
Well, we appreciate that, Donnie, and again, good luck with everything, and congratulations again.
Thanks so much, you guys. I appreciate it.
Appreciate
All right,
it.
we'll sign off for now, and we'll let you know when Cody will be back on Bakersfield.com. For our producer John Farron, for Trevor, I'm Zach Ewing. This has been BVarsity Live.
He's on his way.
He's looking deep down the left side, Mendeville into the end zone, touchdown!